One. Hello YouTubers, Failed here and welcome to the 16th stage. This is also the King stage at the MLC Vuelta, Espana. Once again, I'm joined by the beautiful baseball lover. How are you doing?
I'm alright. Not very beautiful, though.
Well, you are through the computer, which I can't see you. I imagine you're very beautiful. Boost that confidence. Get ready for some shoutcasting, everybody. Welcome to the King stage. If you thought yesterday's stage was crazy, prepare for an even wilder, out of your imagination stage. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I'm always hoping for that sort of thing. So get ready for that. See, the main story of today's stage is going to be the, how many of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mountaintop finishes. Who do you think is going to go on the breakaway for this?
Yeah, this is one of those stages that any GC contender who's been shoveled out is going to try to go in the break to salvage something here. Any climber who had a teammate, or any climber that just hasn't done much, anybody whose teammate abandoned on stage 9 should go in the break. Anything like that.
Actually, we see yesterday's winner, Damiano Caruso, going in the breakaway again. So, yesterday I don't think he was targeting the stage win. I think he was targeting the Mountains jersey. He's kind of proving that by going the breakaway today. But the breakaway right now is Steven Kruijswijk, Damiano Caruso, Samuel Sanchez, a really big name, Diego Alisi, once again like yesterday, Bart de Klerk, Tommy Leclerc, who's already got a stage win, Daniel Navarro, and also behind them we've got Igor Anton, who's already been wearing that Pogacar jersey once before in the Vuelta, Maxime Bouet, and Stefano Perazzi. So sadly, no color code riders. What's up with your riders?
I don't know. I've been yelling at them. I've been screaming at them. Valverde just randomly stopped riding mid-stage. I was like, did you crash? And he just wouldn't answer. And then he just walked away into Portugal. So I don't know what happened to him. He's out of the country now. All my riders, I tell them to attack. I tell them to stay back. They do exactly what I don't ask them to do. Rouhani has just been horrible. I have no idea. I should have given them dope, but I didn't. I valued, happiness and truth in the world, and that was a mistake.
Ooh, Damiano Caruso takes the first 10 points that are to fight for on today's stage. So he's already gotten 25 points in that classification, but that can change quickly. With all these other names in this breakaway, I will watch out. And I also believe that Igor Anton already has 13 points. Yes, he does. And he's got a teammate up here, Diego Alisi. So Igor Anton has to be my favorite for taking the mountain shirt classification. But who's your favorite for winning the stage?
It's just kind of like yesterday. The amount of riders who could take it in the breakaway is boggling. I'm gonna go with Anton though.
Igor Anton? Yeah. Let's hope Team Sky utilizes the team up strategy instead of the team against each other strategy. I mean, I'm not so sure they're actually working. I'm not sure they even know they're in the breakaway with the way they're riding right now. Because the normal rule when you have two people in the breakaway, you let one guy ride and the other guy just sit back. The other guy doesn't need to do turns. Like your captain stays back, but for some reason it does not look like they're going for it. But it's actually an interesting thing right here. Or Andrea Mallory's on the ground, but that's not a big name. He's going to be pacing most of the day since Lotto Belsal now has the leader's jersey. They're being forced to do the pacing, but they don't really have the team to pace, so to say. So if I was Lotto Belsal, I'd just let this breakaway go. Let somebody else do the pacing. Actually, a very big surprise to me is the time gaps this far in are very slim. Like, in the Tour, you have like an hour time gap between first and fifth place, or first and 15th place, first and 20th place. Actually, here in the breakaway, if they get around 17 minutes, then somebody might actually get the red jersey. Like, that's how close it is after 16 stages, or up to 16 stage. Why? Like, what's so different between the Tour and the Vuelta?
The shorter climbs explode people, and they're very exciting. But the time gaps, there's not enough road for you to lose more time if you crack. If you're not a good climber, then you're going to lose less time because there's not enough road for you to lose more time.
Oh yeah, I see that. Also, the time trials in the Vuelta a España are not as long. Because those you also lose an easy 10 minutes there. 10 to 15 minutes there, so they're not as long, so you don't lose as much time. But we're at the second category 1. Let's see if Caruso can take this one. No, he's poorly placed. He's not going to be able to take this one. But Igor Anton is also poorly placed, and he's not going to take this one either. Stefano Perazzi of MTN Kopeka is going to take this one, and he now has 21 points. Let's see, what is the current standings? Caruso is only leading by 2 points down to Stefano Perazzi. So it's going to be a good fight between these guys. I really like this. It's going to be a really cool stage so far. See, my predicament, or the predicament of the Vuelta a España, is that midway through the stage, you're kind of bored because there's nothing to fight for. But now that these category 1s actually give you 10 points, it's actually something to fight for, and it makes it somewhat more interesting to watch instead of just taking the remote and fast forwarding to the end. We've all been doing that. Let's see though. 8 minutes on the Peloton. I think they could actually hold. I think the Breakaway could actually hold. Yes. Okay, so I mentioned before that Lotto Belisol shouldn't pace, and they're not pacing. They're just letting them go. They're not doing any pacing. Right now, it is CCC Polestar doing the pacing. It is Ryder Hesjedal, who did not go in the Breakaway, who wants to do the pacing. Why are they pacing? They have Kruijswijk in the Breakaway. Once again.
Who knows?
Once
there have been
again.
so many different strategies the last couple of days. Who even knows what's happening?
What? Are they going to try to bridge? Oh, Simon Spivak has been on the ground. That's not good. Wait, they're actually setting a really high pace now in the Peloton. A bunch of people are getting dropped. We could see some sprinters abandoning. Yeah, speaking about sprinters, Tyler Farrar, Bonin, Kittel, Guardini, Christoph, all these guys have just been dropped. They now come back as they stop the pacing for some reason. But there's only one sprint stage left. What is your opinion so far of the sprint stages in the MLC Vuelta a España?
They're few and far between, maybe too few and far between. And we've seen, different trains doing well. And I think by far the most conventional sprint stage was the second stage. And since then, it's just kind of been up in the air.
It's been pretty tough, though, because since there are more mountain stages and hilly stages and flat stages, some of these guys are going to have issue saving energy for the sprints because they're going to be fighting for all the other stages. So it's a really poor time for the sprinters, but I think that's a part of the planning. But let's see, Caruso's going to come second or third in this intermediate sprint. He's going to get third in this one. So he extends his lead, but only with 4 points down to Perazzi. It is still anybody's game with 2 climbs to go. But I would pretty much eat my hat and say that Breakaway's going to win the stage. There's nobody doing the pacing in the Peloton. And, Thomas Vauclair has fallen in the Breakaway. He's on the ground, and so is Ulisi. This is bad. Oh, by the way, you're breathing very heavily, just so you know, into the microphone. I don't know if you could hear that.
Yeah, it's my microphone is, the microphone I'm using is not as good as my regular one, and it doesn't have a cover on the mic, so you can hear breath in it very badly.
Just hold your hand over your mouth. Choke yourself. Hashtag don't breathe. Just take in the pain. But with Vauclair falling down now, I mean, that's just bad luck for Tinkoff Saxo Bank. Vauclair had to be one of the stronger guys up in that group. He has won before, so him going on the ground is bad news for Tinkoff Saxo Bank. Can he catch back up, though? That is the question. Or is he just going to enjoy the countryside and just scroll into the finish line? But it does look like we'll have a breakaway victory for this one, but nonetheless, I hope we'll see some of the GC guys going at it, because this is the final mountain stage. It's the king stage. I really want to see someone attack. Who do you think has the most to make up after yesterday's disaster of the GC guys?
I think that Costa and Rodriguez need a bounce-back day. Otherwise, they're just never going to be able to get back into this.
Let's see if they can do that. I mean, Rui Costa really just cracked yesterday. And I'm not so sure what happened with Rodriguez. He just sat up in the end. It looked like he boinked. Not so sure about that, but he needs to come back. But he's now 2 minutes behind Bardet, and he doesn't have the time trial to beat him. And right now, I don't think he's got the mountain to beat him anyway. So, actually, what's going on? For some reason, Acevedo just went to the front and just took 3 minutes off the breakaway's lead. That is some pure power of Javier Acevedo. That is... I've never seen anybody do that over like 10 kilometers. What? It's 1 man versus 10 and he basically just won that. That's epic. Good job to Acevedo, but it seems like they don't trust Kruijswijk, because Kruijswijk is doing the pacing in the front group. Meanwhile, down the Peloton, Acevedo is doing the pacing. Oh, Warren Barguil and Kunigo is also going to the front now, so It looks like Lotto Belsa wants to contest this one. Are we going to see attacks this early? Would you recommend attacking right now on the category 1?
I would not recommend it, but I think we will definitely see somebody attacking this early. Like it has been said, it is the king stage, and it's kind of all or nothing for a few of these guys. And I think they're going to put something in the bag if they have it.
With 3 kilometers to go to the top, the Breakaway's got 3 minutes, but it does not look like anyone's going to do it. But the Peloton is definitely thinned out. It's not like yesterday's stage where we had a huge Peloton at the second stage, or the second climb, or second to last climb, also known as the penultimate climb. But we actually have 90 guys left back up here.
So you've been listening to some Sean Kelly?
Yeah, exactly. I always have to listen to him. But at the front, there goes Steven Kreuziger. He's going onto the attack. He wants to get the points at the top of this category 1. Can he get them though? Caruso's also trying to catch up there. He's got a good placement right here. Here though, down the Peloton, we do have other attacks, but I'm just going to keep on watching this. Actually, no, it's actually this steep. We can actually just take a small break and go back to the Peloton. I hear that Mike has attacked, and so is Bardet. Yes, Kwiatkowski is also attacked, but Bardet, the red jersey, is attacked away. But where's Rodriguez and where's Costa? Costa is together with Van Garderen down here. They're 45 seconds behind. It is not looking good for them. Let's take a time check from Costa out to Bardet. 30 seconds. Steven Kreuziger won the mountain sprint. So that means that Caruso and Piraggi right now are tied for first place. But more importantly, Bardet is making a gap though. And Mike has to work to get up there. But so is Pirot. Pirot is currently 30 seconds behind him. He cannot let this one go. But Bardet is going to go on his own in the downhill. He's not going to be favored for this one. So you called it. You said we're going to see attacks. You didn't want to see the attacks, but why? Like, why didn't you want to see the attacks?
I just wouldn't recommend. That last climb. You need to. It's going to be long and hard, and that's not something you usually see. So that's why you see guys going earlier. But these guys are going to be basically alone, trying to fight each other off for a good 35K, counting when they've already attacked. And it's not worth it, in my opinion, to do something like that.
I guess we'll see if it pays off again, though. In the front, okay, status on the road is, on the front, we've got an 8-man group with a few of the big names in a big few of the guys who've been in the break before. Mainly, it's Caruso, Eager and Tom, Piraggi, those guys. Behind them, we've got a 2-man group, which is Kwiatkowski and Bardet. And Bardet is really lucky to be with Kwiatkowski because Kwiatkowski got that 78 downhilling, so he can just help him. But actually, he doesn't even need Kwiatkowski. He goes straight by him. And that's because Peru and Roland is right behind them. But Rafael Mike has been dropped on the flat part. Rafael Mike is not the best descender, so he has been dropped. This is not looking good for Steve.
No, it's not.
Perot is making his way to the front though, but we now have collection in the red jerseys group. We've got second. So currently status is we got first, second, and third in the same group up here. They got collection up here. It's gonna be pretty good for them now. But behind them, we got the big losers, which are Rodriguez, Pinot, Van Garderen, Costa, Aru, Mollema. All these guys losing time again, and I think it's only a fight for the first 3 spots. It's a fight for the podium. Who's going to place where? It's all within 36 seconds. It can be anyone. And they can also fight for the stage. They've got 2 minutes to the front. Are we going to see a GC guy taking the King stage? I sure hope so. I don't believe we've really seen a mountain guy taking a mountain stage yet. It's always been the Breakaway that's been winning them. And that's it's not necessarily bad, but you kind of want that extra wow factor of seeing the best guy finish on the line. You don't want to see somebody else winning because they had better strategy. At least that's how I feel. Let's see though. Roland is doing some of the pacing for Bardet in this group. Kwiatkowski is also up here. Kwiatkowski, bit underperforming. Like you would expect more. The guy with 82 hill, 78 mountain, and 77 time trial. He's currently 13th, but he's going to move up now. If he keeps this up, he could actually move into top 10. Behind him are Port and Pinot. Rodriguez is still nowhere to be seen, though. Now Bardet is forced to do some of the pacing. He's got that red jersey. The other people know that if they just sit back and relax, at some point Bardet is forced to react. But if Bardet attacks, they're also forced to react to him. So it's a play of cat and mouse right now. Who's going to win it? Nobody really knows. But at the front, Barty Clark has actually made separation with this other favorite group. So he's trying to get away. He's got a 5-second lead on the other guys, but it's already been closed by Samuel Sanchez. There goes Navarro Garcia, though. Daniel Navarro is going to try to go in the attack as well, but there goes Stefano Piraggi. I believe the mountains jersey will be decided on the top of this category 1. Who's going to get it? If Piraggi finishes higher than Caruso, he's going to take it. But if Caruso finishes higher than Piraggi, then Caruso is going to take it. Let's see what's going to happen now, though. I actually believe... Oh, they've slowed down. The favorite group have slowed down. See, I never understand why people, they started, like, slowing down when they... I mean, why? Like, just try to explain to me. Why would Kwiatkowski, Roland, Bardet, and these guys not pace?
Honestly, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, for me it doesn't either. You have Costa and all these other guys behind. Actually, Micah been dropped. Micah and Rodriguez has both been dropped. Micah has boinked. Micah is done. He is completely done. He's been dropped. This is third place in the GC. We only have two guys left in the top three who's in the front now, and that is Bardet and Pirot. And Pirot's got that better time trial, so I don't think Bardet can be happy with 36 seconds down to him. Or 30 seconds only. He needs to do something about this. Right now, Pirot would be favored in my book to winning this. But what just happened to Micah?
I don't know. The other riders in the front still seem pretty calm, pretty collected, and I think that those two should have been better climbers. Something just has been going wrong. Maybe they didn't eat right, or
the heat, maybe?
The heat?
Yeah, it's that. Oh, actually, I'm just paying attention. The wind is at 70. Let's see, where's the wind coming from? It's going uphill, and the wind is actually a side wind. That could have been it. It could have been it. There's a really tough side wind right now, and it's not good for him. Ooh, it looks like Kwiatkowski's actually managed to get away. He's managed to get away from Bardet and Pirot. Could this be Kwiatkowski's day? With 3 kilometers to go, he has to bridge the gap to Pirazzi though, but he's got a 1 minute up there. I don't think Kwiatkowski can do it. He's been fighting brilliantly, but he can't make it the final gap. It's going to be such a waste of effort. But in the front though, we got Kruijswijk and Pirazzi. Can they catch up to each other? They only have a 15-second gap, but 2 kilometers to go. It looks like Kruijswijk might be able to win this one, so the CCC pulse set strategies might come true, but it's going to be really close. But I think it's safe to say that Pirazzi is going to take the polka dot jersey. Kruijswijk have now bridged the gap up to Pirazzi. Are they going to slow down and start looking at each other and playing the waiting game? Because then the other guys behind them could catch up. And Pirot has dropped Bardet. Pirot has dropped Bardet. This is a huge news. The red jersey has been dropped by Pirot, and there's exactly 30 seconds up to Pirot. We could see the red jersey changing hands on the king stage. My bad. Who's going to take the stage though? That's the big question. It is either going to be Pirazzi or Kruijswijk. It looks like Kruijswijk has more in the tank. And yes, he does. With 500 meters to go, he is still sprinting while Pirazzi is sitting down. And CCC Polsat takes the stage win. After us really debating their team strategy, it works out in the end. But Pirot is going to take third place and the red jersey. He must definitely be the favorite for taking the overall victory now. But it's not over.
We were talking about before, how do they not have any? They must not have confidence in Kruijswijk. Well, if they didn't, Kruijswijk really showed them.
It's like, look at this. I can still win a stage. But see, there are 2 hilly stages left: a time trial and a flat stage. I believe Bardet lost to what looked like to be 30 to 40 seconds. Do you think? Oh, like how much time is he gonna need? There's still a 10-kilometer flat time trial to go. The very final stage is the 10-kilometer flat time trial. How much time can a fast and informed Pirot take on a guy like Bardet?
It really all depends on if they have good days, if they have bad days. But a fast and informed Pirot could take 30 seconds.
So he's going to need to find 1 minute somewhere, and it's definitely not over. But I'm going to say that Jean-Christophe Pirot looks very favored, but this took a very, the Vuelta a España took a very drastic turn of events after yesterday's stage, because nobody would have thought that Jean-Christophe Pirot would be the favorite to win in the MLC Vuelta a España by now. I mean, just at the beginning of this stage, we're just talking up Romain Bardet and his ability to climb, and now he got dropped, Micah got dropped, Rodriguez got dropped.
We've gone back and forth, well, not even back and forth. It's been a constant chain of just guys getting to the top and then not being able to sustain it. First Valverde, then Costa, Rodriguez, now maybe even Bardet.
Just so weird. I mean, I guess people do say that anything can happen in MLC Vuelta a España, and it's definitely coming true. And I believe we'll see a bunch of guys abandoning the stage, because the pace was quite high throughout the entire stage, so we're going to have to take a look at that after the stage. But Kruijswijk managed to get 9 seconds on Pirazzi, but more importantly, Pirot took 40 seconds on Bardet, so my estimate time there is right. So 40 seconds, that means he's ahead by what seems to be 10 seconds. It's not a lot. It can definitely change.
It can change, but with Pirot having the edge in the TT as well, Bardet's really got to be aggressive now if he wants to take that. He's got to decide now whether he's going to play it safe, see if he can get time, and just keep his second place, or if he's going to go all out and risk cracking, losing 5 minutes, and, he's really got to make that choice now or regret it later.
Rui Costa really took a tumble in the GC. He went from 1st to 7th after we hit the mountains. That has to be the worst showing I have ever seen by a rider, other than Valverde, of course.
Yeah, other than Valverde, but he has got he's really showed that maybe he trained extra hard for the hills before this race, and now that the mountains have come, he can't sustain that.
It looks like that. So, most of the jerseys actually got defined today. Or at least the polka dot jersey looks like it could be defined. The white jersey, I don't believe Bardet is going to lose that to Micah. It looks like he's better climbing right now than Micah. The green jersey is still very close. There's only a few points differentiating that one, so anything can happen. But tomorrow's stage is going to be a flat stage. So, actually, no, let's see who abandoned. Oh, that is a long list. On this list is Jonas Ostrang, Sam Bennett, Blythe, Boss, Cavendish, Durbridge, Farrar, Gallopin, Kittel, Mallory, Philson, Oliveira, Mark Renshaw, no, Sakakibara, Sancho, Jesse Sargent, Georg Stegman, Sodden, and Tom Wheelers. So, is Farrar still in the race? Not Farrar, no, I mean Kittel. Kittel must still be in the race then. No, I believe...
no, Kittel abandoned.
Kittel is... Who's going to be the favorite for the sprint stage then?
Nasser Buhani.
Is he still in the race?
I'm fairly sure.
He must have like 20 points in the GC, on the points classification. I guess, tune in tomorrow to see if Nasser Buhani is still in the race. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys.